I'm gonna jump to this story here. This is a video posted by Chris Mauray and Harry Sisson, and I'm gonna play this video for you guys. So this is what he says. Trump can. Okay. Okay. We don't need to hear that anymore.
Oh my God.
My response to this was like, how old are these guys? Like 20 something?
Too old to be doing that.
Well, I was just like, I really hope that what they're doing is cool to other Gen Zers because it would be a total 180 to what it was like when I was their age. Because like, if I was 20 and I post a video like this, I'd basically just get a bunch of phone calls asking if I was all right. They'd be like, bro, are you okay? And
I just think it's really weird that two dudes are doing a TikTok dance to a song about making out in the backseat of a car to Radiohead. Well, I mean, how much more gay can you get?
But aren't they paid?
They are paid. Yeah, I pulled up the receipts on my Twitter the other day.
And they deny it, though.
They deny it.
I will say Harry Sisson's agreed to do a debate on the culture war with Scott Pressler. And so it balls in Scott's court if he wants to do it.
I don't understand Gen Z dance culture. I'll just be the first to say it. Like, I know TikTok had the whole, like, because this isn't even like a TikTok dance. Like, TikTok dance had, like, routines, right?
Okay,
these guys
grandma.
are just sort of like, I don't know.
No, this is a trend that they're doing. So Jamal Bowman posted a TikTok video yesterday doing this kind of weird dance the same way they're dancing. And it was like dancing over the verdict. And so there was this whole trend of Democrats posting their dancing videos on TikTok.
My thing is like, is this really dancing though? Like,
I don't know.
Didn't we used to have a culture with skills? This is the best we have right now.
Pinker.
Let me take it. You know, look, when I was, my whole life I was in politics in some degree. And I didn't know anybody who was at all, anywhere. My friends would just be like, yeah, we don't really care. That's it. Like sometimes things would come up, like 9/11 was a big deal for everybody. And people would just say things generally like Bush sucks, but they wouldn't really talk about it. I'm just like, who are they making this video for? And do they really have friends? I'm going to have to go ahead and say no.
They're making it for Benjamin Franklin.
Oh, okay.
Think of how much they must be getting paid, though. Think about that. Right. I mean, that's like a pretty nice place. I don't know if that's like a Airbnb or that's where they live, but just think about the massive amounts of money that's being funneled to these kids. I mean, when you were, I don't know, what are they, like 21, 22? Did you live in a place that
21?
Did you live in a house that nice when you were 21 years old?
These kids, these videos,
unbelievable.
They're for 45-year-old white women. That's what it is. The Daily Wire made a video. You see the Razor commercial they made, the new one? Where they have a black Jeremy Boring. Yeah, and he was like, why is that? They're like, it's not for black people, it's for white women. So they can watch it and pretend like they're good people. And like, that's it. This is for Chelsea Handler. She watches this and she goes, the next generation's all right. Meanwhile, kids are just like, well, I don't care. There's if you look at the actual viral videos among Gen Z, they're screaming about why we can't afford bills or places to live. Mm-hmm. They're not dancing that Trump got arrested. I guarantee you a bunch of these Gen Z TikTokers are going to make videos being like, why are you convicting Trump when we can't buy bread? Like, I don't care about any of this.
It's true. They're all having
but they care about it. They're dancing.
Yeah, well, like you said, they're not doing it for anyone their own age. They're doing it for older political people who'll be like, wow, so fun that we have these young Democrats coming down the pike.
They're also not relatable to people their age. I mean, the average person that age is not making, $20,000, $30,000 a month. If you look at the FEC reports, and I posted some of these reports the other day, and that's just one pack that we know of. There could be other dark money initiatives that are paying these guys. In some of these statements, they're getting paid just from one entity over $7,000 a month. I mean, your average 21-year-old is not making more than $3,500 a month.
They're like making influencer culture political, which is kind of fascinating. Because I think that is, the tokenism of being like, well, look, here's our young person who's excited about this. That's really what a lot of campaigns are looking for, I think, on both sides of the aisle. What gets me is like, what is the end goal for Democrats right now? Like if you have Trump convicted, you're going to look at the country and say, now you won't support him, right? Like, look, we have a young person who doesn't support him, so none of you should support. Like, I don't really understand if this is all strategic and it's all, being done. Every little piece of it is being done in coordination. Like, what are they trying to achieve? Because people aren't going to change their minds because Harry Sisson is dancing.
No, this video is actually really great. Listen to this.
The Republican Party's reaction to Donald Trump now being a convicted felon is insane. Instead of coming out and saying, you know what, We accept the results. This is how the system of justice works, and the jury spoke. They didn't say that. They came out and made conspiracy theories about it. They said that the jury wasn't fair, that the judge wasn't fair, that the charges weren't fair. Everything under the sun, they came out and said. And this is a pretty consistent theme with MAGA. When Donald Trump was found liable for sexual abuse, they said it wasn't fair. When Donald Trump was found liable for extensive business fraud, they said it wasn't fair. When Donald Trump lost the 2020 election, they said it wasn't fair. And
it reminds me of that Family Guy joke where the guy buys the bar and then it burns down the next day. And then he's secretly going like, no, I'll get all the insurance money. And then the insurance salesman walks out of a closet right there and he goes, I was lost, but ended up hearing everything. And then they were like, don't you think, like, so now that you've caught the guy, didn't you think it was weird that, like, the place burned down right after he bought it and got insurance on it? And he goes, no, it happens all the time. So it's like, this dude's going, every single time Donald Trump is found responsible, liable, guilty, or whatever, they say it wasn't fair. That proves they're crazy. I'm like, or dude, or the inverse. It's because they're all BS and there is a theme. The funny thing, though, is it's actually inverted. It is him who believes everything, and it is Trump supporters looking at each different circumstance and giving different reasons. So if you break it down like this, why was the Trump trial with E. Jean Carroll busted? Let's play this game, Harry. Harry, you wouldn't dare come debate me. The E. Jean Carroll case was busted because it was 30 years old. There was no eyewitnesses except for her. The story didn't make sense. The dress she claimed she wore didn't actually exist at the time. She didn't know exactly what year it was. The only reason she was able to bring the suit was because Democrats actually passed a law to create a window so these lawsuits could be brought. And Donald Trump owned the building across the street from the Bergdorf and had no reason to go upstairs to a crowded room. The story made no sense.
Not to mention, she's not his type. The bitch literally looks like Skeletor, and he's married to a model. Do you really honestly think that Donald Trump is going to have sex with some Skeletor-looking freak of nature when he's married to Melania
and
Trump?
he can make that argument, but the point is her story made no sense. Let's talk about the business fraud.
Like the biggest
business
sign
fraud
there,
claims.
first of all.
The business fraud claims are also completely bunk because the banks came out and said there was no fraud. Trump gave us all of the documents, had a disclaimer in them saying some of this information may be incorrect and you'll have to do your due diligence because there's a huge stack of papers. They said, don't worry, we've gone through it. We don't think your evaluations are correct, so we're going to give you a lower loan amount. Trump's company said, works for us, we can still buy the property. They did. Everyone made money. That's why that's bunk. Why is this case bunk? The criminal case? Because it was a misdemeanor beyond a statute of limitations, could not have been brought until they brought in an unnamed underlying crime that has still not yet been defined. Now, if I can break all of those things down, and the only thing you can say in response is, but Trump keeps being found guilty, you are living in conspiracy theory world where everything you've ever dreamed of is true, and I'm in a world where I have 50 different things that don't make sense that I'm questioning that you can't answer for. You, dude, are a crack. Now, I'll be honest. Harry knows exactly what I just said. There is no way you are making videos, you are figuring out how to frame your videos without doing this basic research. He knows all of these things are fake, and he knows why they're fake. He's just evil. He's probably getting paid to do it.
He is paid. We already know that.
He's an activist, and his mind, like all the other communists, is all that matters is power. Truth is immaterial. Yep. So when I sit here and say, I don't care if it's Trump, I don't care if it's Biden, I don't care if it's Hillary, I want to know why a crime that was a misdemeanor beyond a statute of limitations was brought with no secondary crime listed. I want to know why, for the first time, a prosecutor asked a felony defendant to flip in exchange for immunity on a misdemeanor suspect. None of it makes sense. And we're all sitting here being like, yep, it's completely broken and makes no sense. And it's obvious that this is the Biden administration, Democrats, and the Uniparty that are working all of it. But there you go, buddy. Hope that works for you. Would love to. Now, I told him, because he wanted to debate Scott Pressler. And I said, that would be fantastic. Scott said no. I said, if Harry comes to debate Scott, I will not debate him. I will remain quiet and simply moderate and allow the two to speak and pull up any sources they request. But I'd be more than happy to host you, Harry, and we can have a real conversation. And you can ask me to pull up any news source you want. I will pull it up.
Why don't you just pull a Judge Merchan on him and tell him that he's debating Scott, and then say, just kidding, you're actually not going to debate the person, right? Just like they wouldn't allow Trump's witness to speak, and then you could just keep Harry in a trapped room by yourself, lock the doors, and force him to stay.
Because it's illegal.
What?
That's why not.
Well, no, I mean, he
'Cause that's
could get up,
illegal.
he could get up and leave. That'd be fine. But
could get
when it was
if he stands
when
by-
Sam
if he stands
Cedar
by
did
what he
that
says,
to
right?
Steven Crowder agreed to debate Ethan Klein, and then as soon as the stream turned on, the camera switched to Sam Cedar. Like, you will never get another person booked again.
Thanks for watching this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to check out the live show Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. on this channel. Subscribe, and we'll see you all there.